Hi, USA family. Today is the day for the last 3 chapters of the Thea Stilton Mouseford Academy book we've been reading, Sea Turtle Rescue. Without further ado, Whale Island responds. That afternoon, for the second time that day, Seashell Beach held disappointment for the Thea sisters. When they reached the beach with Mike and their friends from the academy, the Mouselets found the exact opposite of what they'd hoped. The beach was deserted. "But no one came!" exclaimed Violet. She was totally down in the snout. "I'm sorry, Mouselet," said Colette in a small squeak. "I was so sure everyone would come help." "Now what do we do?" asked Nicky. "I don't know," Paulina replied. "How can we do this all by ourselves? Maybe we should just give up." She slumped on a log with her snout in her paws. Her friends looked so down, Pam tried to cheer them up. "Come on, Mouselings. The Thea sisters don't give up hope so easily. Remember, we can count on one another friends for together, mice forever." "Actually," Mike began, pointing into the distance, "I say you got a lot more friends than you realize." The Thea sisters looked towards the end of the beach. What they saw took their breath away. Everyone was there, their friends from the academy, the fisher mice from the port, and dozens of Whale Island residents. The Mouselets ran to meet the crowd. "Thank you all for coming," exclaimed Nicky. "An emergency is an emergency," said Tamara, who had closed her store, the Thrifty Rat, for the occasion. "You didn't really think we would leave you alone, did you?" joked Professor Van Kraken. "Well, actually," said Paulina, "I have to admit that when we saw that there wasn't anyone here, we almost lost hope." Just then the young mouseling Violet and Mike had seen that morning emerged from the crowd. "Did you see, miss?" he asked sweetly. "I came to clean the beach for the little turtles, and I brought my grandfather." "Thank you so much. We can use everyone's help," said Violet. "So come on, shake a tail. Let's get to work." Unity is strength. Cleaning up Seashell Beach was hard work, but it was work done in a jolly atmosphere. It was as if the big family had gathered on the beach for a reunion. Everyone worked together as cheerfully as a scurry of chipmunks. "Look," said Nicky, as she waved for Pam to haul away some old branches. "The Ruby crew is down there." Connie, Zoe, and Alicia were mixed in with the crowd, and they were busily clearing the sand. "That's great," said Colette. "The golden dragonflies are finally helping nature for real." The only one missing was Ruby. After her fight with the storm, she was in bed fighting off a terrible cold. The time flew, and in the space of a few hours the beach was clean and clear. Only a few branches remained. "Professor, I say we're done," said Nicky, wiping away a tear. "I'm proud of you," Professor Van Kraken said, smiling at his students. "Now we just have to wait for these babies to find their way out." Midge Whale strode onto the beach, lugging the basket full of Swiss cheese sandwiches. "Great job, everyone! It's time for our hard-earned snack," she called. "Yay! I'm as hungry as a tomcat at feeding time!" exclaimed Pam, scurrying towards Midge. In her rush, she tripped over a log and bumped into Ellie, who fell onto Paulina, who smacked in the sheen, making him tumble and roll all the way down the beach. "Jumping tuna fish," muttered Pam with her snout in the sand. "Look at the mess I've made now." Colette, Nicky, and Violet came to lend their friend a helping paw. "After we're done taking care of the turtles," Colette said, giggling, "it'll be time to take care of our friend Pam's stomach." "You can say that again, Coco," Nicky laughed, hugging Pamela. "Are you ready for that sandwich?" "You bet," Pam replied happily. Welcome, turtles. That night, the Thea sisters, Professor Van Kraken, James Ratterin, and Mike's all stayed on Seashell Beach waiting for the first turtles to appear. The little group brought blankets, thermoses of hot tea, and more sandwiches. They camped in a spot not far from the nest. There, in silence, everyone watched the sky, which was speckled with thousands of twinkling stars. The young rodents didn't turn on their flashlights because the artificial light might confuse the turtles and make them lose their way. "Look! The sand is moving!" Pamela suddenly whispered. Everyone slowly and silently moved closer to the nest. At the place where the eggs were buried, a tiny flipper appeared, and then another, and finally the nose of an itty-bitty turtle came out of the sand. Very slowly, other turtles emerged. The group of spectators watched them scuttle towards the shore one after another. They were guided by a powerful instinct that called them to their home, the sea. The Thea sisters and their friends were overcome with awe at the incredible sight before them. "Welcome, little ones," whispered Mike as he filmed the brood. James Ratterton put a paw on his shoulder. "You're doing a great job, Mike. Like these babies, you found your path." Mike smiled from behind his video camera. "What do you think?" whispered Paulina. "When they grow up, do you think they'll remember this place and return?" "Yes," said Nikki, "and Whale Island will remember them too." Great work, Mouselets. How amazing. It's going to be a Fabu Mouse documentary. And that's the end. I hope you enjoyed this story as much as I enjoyed reading them to you. Until we meet again, enjoy your summer.